I'm back to annoy people. This is Warhammer 40,000 Faction Edition of Based or Cringe. Now, I just wanted to say, my whole YouTube channel plus this video is sponsored by my vape shop, Let's Vape Manchester. You'll never guess where it is. You're more than welcome to pop in and say hey. Do be over 18 though, otherwise I will exterminate you. So, to start with the video. First off, got to get through some hate comments I received last time. Ooh, the Blood Angels didn't like being put in cringe. That was quite funny. Oh, and also I'm a fat, obese vape man who calls himself the Spooky Wizard. Yes. Right, anyway. So, I had a feeling, because we basically went over the armies of, like, Chaos and... Where was I? Sorry, scam call. Because we basically went over the armies of the Imperium and Chaos, I decided that maybe this time we could start with the Xenos. So, first on the board is everybody's favourite. It's the Orcs. They're always up for a good scrap. Yeah, you can't kill me. I'm the scrappiest kid alive. So, the Orcs. These guys are great. They are probably the only people in the setting that are actually having fun and it not being like a weird sexual way. That is important. That differentiation is important. Fun in a non-sexual way, fun in a weird sexual way. And we'll get to these weird ones later. Orcs originally were designed as super weapons, basically, by the old ones to fight the Necrons. They then got really fucking stupid later on down the line and decided that and only went on their instincts. So they only do scrapping. They look for a good fucking scrap, yeah. Soddy gets get back here. So yeah, they go and they just love fighting, right? They're also weirdly mushrooms. So it technically is vegan to eat these guys, even though they're sentient. But they are plants, and they are mushrooms, and they grow from spores. So that means no orc penises. It's a sad day for some of you out there, but no orc cock. So yeah, however, these guys are a barrel of laughs, and their whole engineering system is based on belief. If they kind of believe it to be able to work, it does work. They also have the ability to make stuff go faster, or like change the properties of certain weapons based on what colour they paint them. Now, people are going to be like, it's not... Shut up, I don't care. It's a vibe check. If an orc wants to paint his car red and it goes faster, who am I to tell him not to? I can't tell him not to. Also, if he painted his brain, he could probably be stupid faster. So, I really like the Orcs. So I'm going to put them in Beast. Beast, you get, yeah. So the Orcs go in Beast. All you happy Orcs. Also, I've never met a boring Orc player. When I've played against people who play Orcs, it's always a fun game. Next on the list is Eldar and the subcategories, which I will write down. So, the Eldar, the Space Elves, what I like being racist towards. Fuck Space Elves. The Eldar come in 3 distinct flavours, but we'll just go over what an Eldar is. So, an Eldar is a Space Elf. For all intents and purposes, they are Space Elves in space. Cool. They also had so much sex and debauched things that they willed Slaanesh into existence. Thanks, guys. Thanks for being Space Elves, I guess. And now, because they're so fucked, and all the planets are fucked, and everything, they fucked everything, they now live on these things called craft worlds. Well, some of them do. They live on the things called craft worlds, with these big, giant, turd-looking spaceships that they all live on. And then if they die, their souls go to Slaanesh because she's claimed them all. So they have these warp stone things that trap souls upon an Eldar's death, and then they can be put into machines and stuff. Essentially, Space Elves copied the Imperium, which is cringe in my eyes. But yes, the 3 distinct flavours. You have Normie Elves. They're your normal Space Elves. I really don't... I mean, they're cool, but I think they're cringe. You have the Dark flavour, which is even worse. These are the sexual depravity, take joy in horrible shit things. Ooh. And then you... So, in fact, I'll do these two first. So, your normie, woe is me, my life is so hard. Please, I can see the future, but I do nothing to change it. Oh, who the fuck is that guy? There was one Eldar Wayfinder who essentially fucked it for everybody. He released Angron. It's not Uthred, is it? I don't know. It's one of them. He's cringe. So, he puts the normie Eldar, so Eldar normie, goes in the cringe category. The Dark Eldar, they're just like torturers. That's their whole shtick, and they're edgy, and everyone who plays them is edgy. So they also go in cringe. Eldar Dark. So we've got N flavour and Dark flavour. You've then got the clowns. Now your clowns are different. The Harlequins are in it for a laugh, and they laugh about everything. Frankly, they think everything's a joke, and they're also really acrobatic, and they look cool. And anybody who paints them knows they're good at painting, because Jesus Christ, those things look hard to paint. But these guys are cool. Harlequins are cool, right? They are cool. They fight custodians, and they win sometimes, depending on who writes them. These guys are dope as hell. Anybody who can jump on a battlefield, laugh, and then their deity... I think, is it the clown god that has the Black Library? Or am I just imagining Emperor as a text-to-speech device? I can't remember. My lore and Emperor has a text-to-speech device are very muddled. So, but the Eldar in clown flavour going based. I really like them. I think they're cool. I won't buy any because I'm not painting that. No, thank you. So yeah, Eldar... Clown. I mean, it just looks like clown fuckers, but clown flavour going based. Now you have the Tau. These guys come in two flavours. So these two flavours are, for the Tau you get two flavours. You get Farsight and Brainwashed. There is only two camps. Now, this is much like the Eldar, where these are definitely just two flavours of the same army. We'll start with Brainwashed. Brainwashed are your normal Tau. The reason I say they're brainwashed is because there is some rumours, or maybe concrete lore, I can't remember, so just please correct me in the comments for that engagement. The Brainwashed live under the rule of the Ethereals, and the Ethereals, essentially, I think they have like some weird microbes or some shit that like controls the rest of the Tau. It's almost hive-mindy, but not. But these ones don't do melee combat, and in my opinion, that's cringe. These guys will sit, I don't know, maybe a continent away and just blast you before you even know they're there. That's not fun. It's Warhammer 40,000. I have a chain sword. I would like to use it. So, Tau, Brainwashed Edition, going cringe. So, Tau BW goes in cringe. Everything I said about the Brainwashed, Farsight is the opposite. Farsight is a Chad. He has a demon sword. The demon sword of when he kills somebody, extracts their whatever remaining life they would have had before Farsight, beat them in melee combat, and then gives it to Farsight. He also knew that the Ethereals were brainwashing people and decided, fuck you guys, I'm out. And he made his own little enclave thing. Also, he looks cool. Also, his new model's cool. Also, the cool scheme's cool. And anybody who doesn't like being brainwashed, I'm happy with. So, Tau, Farsight flavour, go in based. Specifically because Farsight exists. Farsight is a G. Farsight is based, Chad-pilled, Tau-pilled, and Red-pilled. And melee-pilled. He's dope. So he goes in based. Yes. Right, now, what have we got now? Necrons. There are two camps, basically, in Necrons, right? You've got Silent King's fam, and you have Storm Lord boys. Silent King is the person who rules the Necrons. He is pretty based. He's probably one of the more powerful characters in the setting. He once exiled himself for some ridiculous amount of time. can't remember whether it was like, it was a stupid amount of zeros behind like a 3 or a 6. Like 30 million, 60 million, whatever. And he experienced the Tyranids coming, because he exiled himself outside of the galaxy because, cut a long story short, they were once cancer-ridden people, and they asked the old ones, hey, you're immortal, can you give us some immortality? And probably the frog people just went, what? And that translates to no. So they were like getting pretty pissed, and then they spoke to the Catan, which are essentially how the warp gods are gods within the warp. The Catan are basically realities gods. And they fucked the Necrons, and the Silent King didn't see it coming. Anyway, now they're all Egyptian Terminators. Some of them don't have souls, some of them kind of still have their personalities, but I don't think they've got souls still. But yeah, there's two camps though. You've got the Silent King boys. I have the Silent King. I think he's really cool. He wants to stop the Tyranids because the Tyranids are the only real threat to him, but not right now, because he wants to bring everybody's normal bodies back, so everybody gets their souls and all this shit. But he knows that if he was to do that before the Tyranids are dealt with, then he still has like a problem with all of his people dying, so he doesn't want to do that. And then you have the Storm, Imhotep, the Storm Lord, I think he's called. He's just crying because the Silent King left him. Why'd you leave? Let me on my own. No. Oh, the Necrons are really cool, so I can't put... I'm going to put the Silent King flavour of Necrons in based because they're just cool. I mean, come on, Necron Terminators. Egyptian Terminators, why would you not want that? An army full of that, that's cool as fuck. But the Stormlord, because he cries all the time, he's going in Necron. He's going in because the Necrons can't go in cringe, because Necrons are cool and they're a really good antagonist as well. If you watch Pariah Nexus, that one's pretty good. But yeah, so that's Necrons done and dusted with. Dusted like dusty skeletons. So that's them done with. Right, Tyranids. You only get one flavour of Tyranid, and that's bitey. Om nom 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 nom. Ow 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 ow. That's all they do. There are some smart ones that will bite you smarter, and there are some psychic ones that will psychically bite you in the brain and the soul. But they're cool if you like Starship Troopers. They're very fun to fight. They're also very fun to play. They're just fun. Buying them in this economy though, not fun. So I'll have to put them... If this was strictly just about the faction and I wasn't overlapping it with the tabletop, Tyranids would be in base because they're fun to play and they're fun to fight. However, they have to go in because of how much it costs to build a Tyranid army, and that is solely on James... That is solely on James Workshop and John Warhammer's fault. That's why the Tyranids are in air. Just know that. I didn't put them there, it's the fault of these two. So Tyranids are done and dusted. Gene Stealer Cults. They're just shit Tyranids. They're like, they're not, even the Tyranids think they're shit. They are shit Tyranids. And I have never fought against them. Oh no, I did once and bodied them. And then the player quit. Right. They're going in cringe. They're just shit Tyranids. They're worse Tyranids. The idea is cool, but they're just shit Tyranids. And they don't even have any tank models. What's that about? You just use Imperium shit. But they also said that, oh, you can't use too much Imperium shit, because then you might as well just play Imperial Guard. Suck my ass, Games Workshop. Please don't. Please sponsor me. Give me loads of models. I fucking love your game, and the world and setting is great. Does cost a bit much though. Please turn the prices down. Leagues of Votan. Votan. Right then, you've got a problem. Let me just write it down in my book of grudges. Fuck you. You didn't trade for a good price. Space dwarves. They're space dwarves. Dwarves are based and cool. They drink a lot. They mine. They did just piss around in the centre of the galaxy for a bit. That's where they're still located, because we thought they were extinct. But they came back. and it was an April Fool's joke that announced them coming back, which was pretty good from old James Workshop up there. They are just like short stack Space Marines though, which is kind of cool. There's not really much to say about them. I mean, all of their stuff looks like, I don't remember if you know that like Lego, there was like a space Lego range for a bit. If I can find a picture, I'll put one up on the screen like over here somewhere, but I can't remember what it's called. But yeah, Votan, I'm going to be honest with you, they're just kind of like there. Some of it's cool. Oh, the whole AI thing's pretty cool. Alright, they're going based. You've twisted my arm, Votan. You're going based. Now, just to recap, so we've gone through the Xenos, even though Votan shouldn't really be in there. But they're not really Imperium, they're not really Chaos, so they just went in Xenos. Dwarfs. In based, we have Orcs. We have the Eldar Clown flavour. We have the Tau Farsight flavour. We have the Necron Silent King flavour. And we have the Votan in based. Good list so far. In air, we've got Necrons, Imatech the Storm Lord, because I can't put him in cringe, even though he cries all the time. And then we have the Tyranids, strictly on the fact that in this economy, it costs too much to buy them and play them. It's so expensive. So they go in air. In cringe, Eldar Normie flavour, Eldar Dark flavour. Then we have Tau Brainwashed edition. And then we have the Gene Stealer Cult, because they're just shit Tyranids. And they kind of suffer the same problems as Tyranids in this economy, the cost of living. Cool, right, we'll do Chaos next. So, everybody's favourite, Grandpa, is here to stay. Now, I'm just doing this as an overarching faction, but I'll touch on the Space Marine chapter associated with it. Okay, so, for Nurgle, these are the big smelly boys. Oh, disease, wear a mask. These guys love everybody, are slow, and their guts hang everywhere, and they fucking stink. That does mean they're going cringe, but let me just finish explaining. If you watch my previous video, the Death Guard are associated with these, and Mortarion cries all the time, and he's a petty bitch, and the Emperor helped him / saved his life from the Fart Tower. Remember the Fart Tower? And then the Emperor killed the adopted father. Death Guard, however, I will say, bit aside, very, very cool. The Nurgle kind of look, aesthetic, is dope. They have like really cool, is it bloatflies? Not bloatflies. Little flying thing. Oh, I forgot what it's called. I haven't played Death Guard in so long. All of the Death Guard stuff looks really cool. They do fucking stink though, so they do go in cringe. Have to be consistent in these videos, otherwise the comedy's not there. So Nurgle is done. We have that's not how you spell it, but I really don't know how to spell it. Tzeentch. The master, the changer of ways, the master of plans. Nobody knows what he's up to. I don't even think he knows what he's up to. He's just chilling. He's chilling, and then when something kind of goes his way, he goes, "Oh, I planned for that, don't worry. And yes, all part of my master plan." And then when something doesn't go his way, he's like, "Oh, all according to plan, yes." The Space Marine chapter associated with this big bird fucker is Thousand Suns. So Magnus the Red, the man who did nothing wrong. Which you could say is all part of Tzeentch's plan. But what is Tzeentch's plan? I don't know. He doesn't know, and neither does Magnus. The design of the Thousand Suns and the Tzeentch demons are very cool. The Lord of Change is probably one of the best models I've seen in a while. However, I don't really know what he's doing. I felt like instead of the Thousand Suns, the Alpha Legion should have been the main chapter for these guys, unless they are, and we're just being tricked by the Thousand Suns. That might land them in based. Because I don't know what they're doing, they're going in air, because I can't tell whether they're cringe or based, so they go in the middle. That's what I'm doing. But just know that your model range looks fire. It's, again, probably isn't how you spell it, but fucking make easier names, Games Workshop. What the fuck is a Slanesh? Huh? I can say it right. Slanesh. You like booby and peenie? You like vagina and peenie? Welcome to club. That's Slanesh. Slanesh is all about excess. She/it is a new god that the fucking normie Eldar made. Thanks, Space Elves. Again. They're all about excess, whether that's good excess, bad excess. It's just excess. So, like, either the best thing you've ever felt and you keep trying to, like, top it and top it and top it. Like, it'll start small, like, oh, this pot noodle's very delicious. And then you'll have 15 pot noodles. And then you keep eating pot noodles until you get bored of pot noodles. And then you'd move to something else. You'd be like, ooh, human flesh seems pretty good. And then you start eating human flesh. And then at some point down the road, you're sniffing, like, cocaine made from people. Weird. The Emperor's Children are the ones that are favoured by Slanesh. They're fucking weird. And Fulgrim's like a femboy twink. And he stabbed Rabute Gilliman. Cringe. And he also killed Fulgrim. Cringe! They're going cringe! And also, I don't think these guys will ever be a main antagonist of like a AAA game because booba. There's a lot of booba in booba. A lot of Bobs and the Genie in the Slanesh. A lot of booba. So I don't think they'll ever make the light of day in like a big, proper, high budget Warhammer game. I mean, they might. I mean, I know they're in Total Warhammer 3. I don't know whether they get the jiggle physics on the 3 titties down one side. Weird fucking armies. Oh, poor Khorne. He's going to choose melee again. Khorne. Oh boy, nothing beats melee. So, Khorne is a cool faction. They have the World Eaters. There's the very simple faction. They really like fighting. They're like orcs. Orcs should be under Khorne. In fact, he does have a planet where there is some orcs fighting demons, or it's like a dude. Orcs and Khorne should get along really well, but they really like Gork and Mork. One's brutally cunning and one's cunningly brutal. They're just fucking cockney steadheads. Khorne is like steroid rage incarnate. They really want to fight. Blood for the blood god, skulls for the skull throne. But that's about it. They don't like Psykers. They don't really like guns. They do have some, but they don't really like them. The Bloodthirsters, iconic model. Angron, dope model. World Eaters has Khan. Khan is based because he wants to kill Erebus, as we all do. But yeah, I mean, they're cool. They're a simple faction. You can't really go wrong with it. Also, there's that one guy that was in the tournament that was apparently shadowboxing and doing workouts while playing a World Eaters army or Khorne army, so that goes in base. Even if he was slightly autistic, I relate to you. Khorne. Lovely stuff. We have... Oh, I spell it hard. You know what? You don't come to this video for correct spelling, do you? No, I don't think so, because I can't. Chaos Knights. Knights are cool. Pacific Rim in all of us. Really, I mean, big robot dude fight other big thing. It's cool. These guys are kind of smelly though. Well, it depends on the flavour of Chaos Knight, because obviously they come in all four of Nurgle, Tzeentch, Slanesh and Khorne. But on the aspect that they are just big knights with big gun, big sword, they go in based, and I will save some trouble now because regular knights will go into the same category. No, they won't. I once, during COVID, right, my friend got into Chaos Knights, and he said it was because he found them really cool. Well, I do tend to agree. I think he looked up their rules, and realised how busted they were when they came out. He bought an army of 3 of them. We had 42 games. I lost 41 games in a row. Normal Knights going cringe because of that. This is revenge, and it's on him. You can blame him. Don't blame yourself, blame him. They are in cringe. They're not as bad as they were. Not as bad as they once were. But geez. 41 games. And I was playing a mix of Ultramarines with anti-tank weaponry and Custodes. I tried everything. It was horrid. It was horrible. Horrid. Yeah. Chaos Space Marines. So they come in the 4 flavours. They come in smelly, weird, what are they up to, and are not affiliated. Chaos Space Marines come in a couple different flavours. You've got smelly. That's the Nurgle ones. They're really cool, but they're already in. Where the fuck have I put them? Oh yeah, cringe, because they smell. So we can cross them out. Weird is the Slanesh ones, who are in cringe, so we can cross them out. Then you've got what are they up to, which is the Alpha Legion. I don't know what they're up to. They go in just like Tzeentch. You've got ARG, which are the funny ones, which are Khorne. They're already embased, so we're good. And then you have the not affiliated. So that's like your Iron Warriors, your Black Legion, and Erebus. Strictly on the fact that Abaddon and Erebus exist, they go in cringe. Erebus is in mega cringe, but I think Angron's not that mega cringe, so we'll let him off a bit. Chaos Space Marines, not affiliated, go in cringe. So, oh yes. We have Renegade Guardsmen. They are cannon fodder. They appear in games just so you can hit them once and they die. Apart from in Darktide, but that's because you are a disposable guardsman and you are on the same level as them. But yeah, so Renegade Guardsmen, they're just kind of like the stormtroopers of this universe. Like, you know, like to what Star Wars is, they're just there, but they're not really a threat. So they go in because they're literally there to just be targets to show how cool. So's the Avatar of Kane. If you want to, essentially, if Games Workshop writers want to introduce a badass character, they fight the Avatar of Kane and win. The Avatar of Kane has taken nothing but L's his entire life. Right, so to recap where we're at after Chaos, in Based we have Khorne, and what the fuck is that? Chaos Knights. We have Khorne and Chaos Knights. In Air we have Tzeentch and Renegade Guardsmen. In Cringe we have Nurgle, Slanesh, Chaos Space Marines not affiliated, your fault Erebus, and Knights. They've jumped up a category because my mate ruined me with them. So, on to the non-biased take portion. You must know that I'm a human supremacist and I am a space racist. I love humans of any variety. They're great. Dwarfs can come as well. We like dwarfs. They're cool. Custodians. The Custodian Guard. The Adeptus Custodes. They are poets in a non-cringe way, Blood Angel strands. Yours are cringe. Mine, not cringe, it's cute when I do it. Adeptus Custodes are scholars, geniuses, playwrights, you know, the whole shebang. They do a lot of shit, right? They also know the Imperial truth as well, which is that the Emperor is not a god, even though he almost became one as the Dark King of Ruin. Ooh. But then humanity would have died, and then Elias Parias, or whatever the fuck that person's called, went, Emperor, don't do it. So we didn't. But the Adeptus Custodes sat around and fuck all for ages until Repute Gilliman came back and basically said, oi cunts, go do something. But they're cool. They are the super soldiers. They're just dope. And they're fully gold. So easy to paint. And also, if we're putting in how cheap it is to make one of these armies, you need like, what, 5 models tops? It's like near 12 pence. Just buy Custodies. Custodies are based. Custodies. And this doesn't have anything to do with the fact that I've got a 4,000 point army of Custodies. So, a whole 4 models. Space Marines. Space Marines! Most of these chapters are really base, but the Blood Angels are so cringe that I might have to pull them down. You know what? I would put Space Marines in based, but because I want to piss off the people that I pissed off last episode, I'm putting them in air solely because the Blood Angels are so cringe. Space Marines go in air. The Space Marines come in a lot of flavours. I did their own separate video. There's a lot of Space Marines. Cool. Right. The Imperial Guard. Brass balls alert. Imagine being a normal dude and having to go up against any of the things we've previously talked about with a flashlight and a flak vest. They have giant testicles which are plated to be bulletproof. These guys go in based. Also, World War One/World War Two vibes in a sci-fi setting. Might as well just be diesel punk, dope as hell. They go in based. The Imperial Guard, and no, I won't call them Astra Militarum. They are the Imperial Guard. Sisters of Battle. They were created due to a technicality, which is you can't have any armies of men on Terra, so they made an army of women. And they're fucking cool. Battle space nuns with like a strong Catholic theme to them, who their faith is their whole shtick, and they have like gameplay mechanics based on that shit, which is cool as fuck. These guys are dope. Also, I think there's some like weird fan fiction between like Inquisitor Greyfax and Saint Celeste. People seem to really like it. There's a lot of memes online. So, Sisters of Battle go in based. And anyone who plays them is based. I only know like 2 people who play them. Inquisition. Inquisition go in cringe. Robuto Gilliman doesn't like them, so I don't like them. Inquisition are cringe. They do have some really cool stuff. By the way, in the Inquisition I am including the Assassins as well. Just out of ease. So like your Vindicare Assassin and all that. They're very cool. But I'm just doing a bit, and the Inquisition go in cringe because Robuto Gilliman doesn't like him, and I'm a Robuto Gilliman stan. With the Mechanicus. See, these guys are a bit weird. Some of their shit looks cool as fuck, and then you then get a mixture of like weird flappy helicopters and twinks. Whoever designs the Horus Heresy stuff should be promoted to also design the 40k stuff, because the Horus Heresy stuff looks fucking cool. The 40k stuff, only like 75% of the stuff looks really cool. Blarius Call's pretty sick. The Scutaria themselves look pretty cool. Them weird horse-walky rider things, which have a little person in the undercarriage, they're pretty cool. They do worship the Void Dragon though, which is kind of heretical if you ask me. I'm going to put them in air. Until they sort out the model range, they're going in air. You have the Mechanicus. That'll do. Right, we know where we are now. Cool. Ta-da-da-da! We've gone through it all, boys. To recap, we'll just do the grand recap now. In based, we have the Orcs. We've got the Eldar Clown flavour. Hi. We then have the Tau Farsight edition. Good. We have the Necrons Silent King faction. Woohoo! Then we have the Votan Space Dwarfs. Pretty cool. You have the Khorne branch of Chaos, because they like fighting, and Khan will kill Erebus one day, which is goated. Then you've got the Chaos Knights, big mechs with sometimes tentacle whip things. Dope, looks cool. You have the Adeptus Custodes, no bias, they are just fucking super sick. You've got the Imperial Guard, the brazen brass balls of them. And then the Sisters of Battle, they're all in based. Now in air, you've got Necrons Imhotep Stormlord Edition, because he cries. You then have the Tyranids, because they cost too much. You've got the Tzeentch, because what the fuck are they up to? You've got the Renegade Guardsmen, because they are literally just target practice for people. Then you've got the Space Marines specifically, because the Blood Angels bring them down with how cringe they are. Then you've got the Mechanicus because half of their models are kind of ass. Cool. In Cringe, we have Eldar Normie flavour because they brought Slanesh into light and they cry all the time and they're mopey bastards. You have Eldar Dark flavour edition, Edgelord Torture Fanatics. Sort it out. Go see a therapist. What? You've got the Tau Brainwashed edition. Pick up a sword and try it. Try melee, I dare you. You have the Gene Stealer cult. They're just shit Tyranids. You've got Nurgle, they smell. You've got Slanesh, I'm kink shaming. Then you've got Knights, I lost 41 times in a row to them. They're cringe. Then you've got the Chaos Space Marines the not affiliated edition because Erebus exists. And then you have the Inquisition because Revute Gilliman doesn't like them. But yes, thank you for watching. Please leave your comments down below on whether you think I was correct or not. And then if you have what the fuck is it called? A recommendation on what cringe or based video I should do next, please let me know, and I will see you next time.